Planning hierarchy represents the organizational levels and units in your company for which you want to plan. A plan hierarchy, it's a combination of characteristic values based on the characteristics of one information structure. Planning hierarchies provide a framework for you planning activities in consistent planning and level by level planning. With these planning methods and a planning hierarchy must exist for the information structure before you can plan its key features. You can create only one planning hierarchy for an informational structure. However, a hierarchy can have as many different branches as you like. The planning of an organization can be classified into three types according to the hierarchical level where it's carried out: strategic planning, tactical planning, and operational planning. The same happened with the hierarchy of objectives. Strategic planning. Strategic planning one of the is one that occurs at the organizational level with a comprehensive approach to the company. The analysis of the environment and their institutional, their internal situations correspond to it. The establishment of strategic objectives, the formulation of organizational strategies, and the design of strategic plans. Um, Strategic planning is in charge of the senior management of the company with a long-term projections for a period of 3 to 5 years. To the other planning of the organization, tactical planning and operational planning base their formulation on the strategic plan. And tactical planning is one that occurs at the functional or department level. Its starting point is the analysis of the situation of a certain area or department of the company in order to establish tactical objectives, formulate functional strategies, and design actions plans circumscribed to the functional area that concern it. Tactical plans have a smaller scope than the strategic plans, but are more detailed than this. Governed by strategic planning, tactical planning is usually prepared by the managers or heads of each area, and its project is the medium term for a period from 1 to 3 years. Operational planning. Operational planning is one that occurs at the operational level. It starts from the analysis of the situation of the elements necessary to carry out a specific task or activity. Then it proceeds to establish operational objectives, formulate simple strategies or course of actions, and design action plans or program with a smaller scope but in greater detail than tactical plans. Operational plans consider a single specific task or activity. They are usually prepared by the heads or managers of each work team and are projected with a short term perspective. And that's it for a period of no more than 1 year. The hier- hierarchy of objectives. The objectives of an organization can be classified according to their hierarchy in strategy objectives, tactical objectives, and operational objectives. Strategic, strategic objectives. There are general and long-term objectives that seeks to define the direction of the company. For example, be the leading company in the market, be the best uh, grocery store, the best bank, the best car insurance company, and so on. Tactical objectives. Um, they are medium term objectives that occur in the area or department, I'm sorry, or department of the organization. For example, increase productivity 25%, reduce absenteeism by 10%, rise productivity by 15%, increase market share by 25%. And operational objectives are they are the specific and short-term objectives established at the professional level. They include the activities carried out by each area of the company. For example, reduce the waste that the company made by cutting plants by 25%. Reduce inefficiency in performing a certain activity. And that's it. Um, the acronym SWOT is what are the acronym of the strengths, opportunity, weakness, and threats. Um, and identify and analysis metrics that allows diagnostic the strategic situation in which a company, organization, institution, or person find itself in order to successfully develop a certain project. The success of this tool in the business environment meant that it was so implemented in other area. Proof of this is communication. Proof of this is community action, research projects, organizational projects of different nature, and personal projects. The study of the SWOT matrix allowed to identify problems, foresee scenarios, predict complication, observe solution, visualize weak points of the entity, and transfer them into strengths and opportunities. A rigorous analysis of the data collected will make it possible to formulate and select the strategies to follow. The importance of the SWOT matrix resides in that it allows us to analyze all the elements that involve a business or project in order in this way to meet the objective set. Strengths and weaknesses. Um, it's about identify the strengths and weaknesses of an entity, a crucial step to know which human, material, or environment resources can be counted on in a concrete way, strengths, and which ones are lacking or should be strengthened, like weaknesses. Um, Now, opportunities and threats. Once the strengths and weaknesses have been identified, it's necessary to identify the opportunities and threats. That's that's it. Like favorable opportunities or unfavorable threats, circumstances for the development of the project in question. Um, for example, what are the environmental conditions like close collaborators or competitors, clients' demographics, political conditions, environmental conditions, law, and what might be the interested groups for or against, like governments, unions, institutions, communities, shareholders. Um, SWOT in the personal sphere. In the personal sphere, the SWOT matrix is a tool that allows evaluating the strengths, opportunities, and the areas to improve of the subject, as well as identify the weaknesses and threats that prevent the fulfillment of their goals. Its application can be very useful provided that you have to the guidance of a person specialized in that area. In theory, the application in theory the application in theory the application of the SWOT matrix at the personal level allows the individual to prepare and perform better in a future challenge, thus helping personal growth in all areas. And I have the areas or activities that make up marketing management. The interdisciplinary nature of marketing makes it a non-exact science, which is why it encouraged the creation of different theories, conflict, conflicting options, and the selection of the strategies that can differ greatly in their approaches but not so much in the results. Um, this complexity added to those that arise in the activity itself mean that good marketing professionals have a strong labor demand since the accumulated experience will facilitate decision making. Um, and I have 6 points. It's the market research, product programming and development, like pricing, um, distribution and logistic channels, comprehensive communication could be like advertising, public relations, direct marketing, promotion. Fifth is the organization of the commercial departments like smart sales, and the last one is internet and new technologies. Now I'm gonna talk about what is a marketing strategy. It's the plan to achieve the business objectives. As simple as that, a strategy represents the set of actions designed to achieve the objectives defined in a marketing plan. Um, Marketing strategies are one of the main aspects to work on the tasks related to marketing since they establish the way to follow when achieving the commercial objectives set by a company or organization. So their correct design is essential for its operation in the short and long terms. In this sense, it's logical to point out that marketing strategies mainly seek to know the needs that a company is currently facing and those that the members or potential customers in the market may have. Um, we can say that a good a strategic marketing job, usually helps to find a possible market niches where to focus the effort of a company or potential useful market segments, always within an increasingly competitive market. Design of marketing strategies. For its design, sorry, for its design, it's essential to take into account the objectives and resources that the company has. Alternatively, the analysis of the target audience will help the market research help to know the habits and customs that the firm can consider satisfying. Another important aspect to study of the market is that of the market competitors so that the company is able to design certain strategy after observing which ones have worked or not for the rest and to what extent. Objectives of marketing strategies. um, I have four, and it's identify the goods or services in which it may be profitable to work, choose a target audience that wants or needs to be said good or service, transfer brand image desired by the company to these future clients, and define the commerce strategy in relation to variables of the marketing mix. Um, Last one, what is the difference between marketing strategies and tactics? If the strategy is the plan to achieve the objectives, the tactic is the practical execution of the planned actions. Um, and that's it. Um, the strategy is the statement of the problem, and the tactic is the result. Thank you.